everyone. Welcome to Entry Level Mum. Because today there's no Surya. So it's just going to be me. It's going to be a lot of back and forth. I have a guest today, guys. And I would like her to introduce herself.
But
Over
you do
to
have me. Yay! So I'm Tash. I'm a filmmaker from East London.
Amazing. How is that?
It's hard, especially being a woman in it. It's really hard.
Wow.
But yeah, I love it. It's making content so fun, and every day is different.
You know what?
Yeah.
Acting has been is
You want to act?
one of my goals in life.
I mean, I feel like I hear that a lot, but I can get you in something.
No,
you know?
but seriously, legitimately.
Can you cry?
I actually, oh my God, do you want me to cry right now?
No, I don't want you to cry right now, but I just need to know certain things. Did you do it in GCSEs? Or?
Wait till the tears come up.
Okay.
Okay, no, I don't have time for that right now. Yeah, there's a little bit of tears.
Yeah, okay.
But no, I can cry. I can cry on cue. I just have to think of something really sad.
Yeah. Method acting. Yeah. Fair. So yeah, I've been doing that since my daughter was born, actually.
No way.
So I guess we should start at the beginning.
Let's go.
So I've always wanted to do filmmaking, but I didn't really know what are the components that I needed, right?
Uh-huh.
So I naively thought it was just easy. I'll just get a camera and then I will film a series.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted this series to be about, my life as a teenager and how hard can it be? I'll get a camera and I'll get a cast, and then as soon as I got the cast, I found out I was pregnant.
Wow.
So I must have been about 3 months. It was early because, I remember saying to him, we've got 6 months to get this 10 episodes done. And at the time, I'd never done it before.
Wow.
So I was running around the streets with these actors and getting bigger every week, and then filming every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what I would do. And I filmed it all, and then the baby came literally I think 2-3 weeks after I wrapped.
No.
But I edited it, I wrote it, I directed it, I casted, everything is me. There's no sound. Well, the first season, there's no sound man. I was just guerrilla style, going
That's
for
insane.
it. But I didn't realize how important sound was, or
lighting.
So the first season, I don't think it looks too bad. But the internet warriors, the keyboard warriors, yeah, they told me different. So when she was born, so it's kind of hard because it's do you focus on my filmmaking or my motherhood? So when she was born, I had a really bad labor, and so I never thought I would carry on with my series.
Yeah.
So the difficult labor meant that she's now disabled.
Wow.
So
oh my God, let's
my pregnancy was fine.
Okay.
There was during my scans, there was nothing that came up. What happened was during the labor. So first of all, I was in labor for about 4 days.
Wow.
Because the contractions wasn't regular.
Okay.
So I was feeling them, but there was one every hour, So, and then after that, there was a brown substance. By day 4, there was this brown substance coming out. Every time I had a contraction, a brown substance came out. So I called them and I was like, there's this brown substance coming out. Should I be worried? They were like, no, you can't come in. Don't come in until your contractions are
5 minutes apart, isn't it?
Apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, how can I speed this up? So, all the aunties tell you what to do, all these remedies, right?
Yeah.
So walking was the one that made it come. So I'm there walking around my garden. Is that what you did too?
Listen, I was so heavy. My knees were not kneesing. I had swollen legs this big.
Yeah.
Walking from here to there was a struggle for me. But everybody was like, just walk. It's so simple. Just walk.
Walking. It did work, but obviously as the it's you're getting more tired.
It's so painful.
Yeah. It was the worst. So anyway,
oh, no.
Day 4, the walking really worked, and the contractions did, pick up. Then I went to the hospital when they were around 4 minutes apart. But when I got there, they slowed down again. So it was just stop, start. There was a lot of...
They sent you home, didn't they?
So they tried to.
Oh.
But then I said, I need to push. And then it was oh, they're checking me. Oh, you know, you're dilated, you know, you're 7, 8. Okay, you're going. Anyway, long story short, when she came out, she had that brown substance was meconium.
Meconium.
So meconium, for anyone that doesn't know, is the baby's first poo.
Yes.
So in that sac, she ingested that, and
for how long?
So she stopped breathing. So that when she came out, she wasn't breathing, and so they were trying to get her to breathe, and that time was too long, and that's how she got. So the lack of oxygen at that time meant now she can't walk or talk, and that's how we're here. But I feel like if that brown substance, they must have seen that before. Like that can't be new. Like,
so that brown substance, just for clarification, you know, when it first happens, it's actually green.
Well, oh, really?
Yeah. So when my daughter pooed inside me, it was green. Oh. And when they broke my waters and then it gushed out, it was light green. Oh, so apparently when they first poo, it's green. Oh. But if yours turned brown, that means that she must have pooed yesterday or the day before.
This is what I'm saying. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying. See, even that, if just you saying that, so a nurse, a doctor, they should have known. I just think they should have intervened earlier.
What hospital was that?
Are we allowed to say like hospitals?
We say hospital names here.
Okay.
Yesterday we had a big problem with Whipps Cross.
Really? Okay, so I'm from East London, so it was in East London?
They're not the one in Whitechapel.
Oh, no, I love them.
That's a wonderful hospital.
I actually love them.
They are a great hospital.
All of our appointments are there now.
Wow.
Yeah. I do not go to the hospitals.
Is it beginning with H?
It's beginning with an N.
An M?
N for November. Everyone knows it now.
N for November?
Yeah.
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah. Okay, it's Newham General. Yeah. Oh, you were just going to say Homerton. I was going to say Homerton. No, it's Newham General.
I was either going to say Queens or Kings. Was
no,
King's
no.
Hospital?
It was Newham General, unfortunately.
I mean,
you know, since I've met a lot of people since on my journey, and you meet other mums that have been in the same situation as you. I'm not going to lie, I've met a lot of people who have had bad experiences in that hospital, but I've also met a few who haven't.
Do you know why I say names for hospitals? The reason I say the name on here, and I may not have when I was talking about my story, but funnily enough, I ended up getting in contact with that hospital anyway. Oh, wow. But the reason I say names now is because I know they have, like, for example, Imperial have like the MNVP voices sort of group where like they speak to Black and minority women who have had bad experiences in their trust, and like they do research to make sure that they can bridge that gap between white women and like Caucasian women and women who are not coloured for their experiences to help make our experiences better and raise the voices and raise the problems and the concerns. That's why I'm very like much like, let's name the hospitals, because Newham General, you lot need to fix up. You know them ones.
Facts.
So Whipps Cross, y'all need to fix up.
Facts.
And we're gonna throw the names out there, name and shame.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know that there's a problem, how are you gonna fix it?
Yeah. You know, a lot of people ask me, do you think it's because you're Black? If I'm honest, I don't. I just think maybe they're just a bit slow in they're a bit slack, and I don't think it's a colour thing. I think it's just a hospital thing. That hospital is just a bit. They need to just raise the standards a little bit. So let me explain. When she was born, she wasn't breathing. Then you're waiting for the cry as well. It felt like 10 minutes, but it wasn't. God. It wasn't 10 minutes, but it felt like that. To be honest, because I was, you know, you're high, what you're going through, you can't think of time.
Of course, there is no time.
Time is, I would have to ask her dad really, but I felt like he might not even know. But anyway, so
it's a lifetime though.
It felt like I was waiting for that cry. You know,
it is a lifetime.
Watch movies and they have the baby and the cry and it's like,
like as in like they just come out. Yeah. That doesn't really happen like that.
It really doesn't. But again, it's like I think I had that movie thing in my head because nobody talks about the bad stories. I've never met anyone that told me a bad story like my story. Wow. So everyone was like, oh, I had a baby, I left the next day. I did not leave the next day. I was in that hospital for 7 days. So she had got an infection. Oh my God. I had to take antibiotics. She had to take antibiotics. So we had to stay for 7 days, which felt like prison. As a first-time mum, I wasn't able to I wasn't comfortable for 7 days. Like, she wasn't even with me for the first 3 because she was in upstairs.
NICU.
Yeah. So they had to do whatever, and I never got to breastfeed and all of that. I did try. They did try, but I think where she was upstairs, it just didn't work. She didn't latch. And then 7 days later, we went home, and she was fine.
Okay.
So this is where...
That's where I was going to ask.
My story is a bit...
Okay.
Yeah. So after the antibiotics, they said, oh, you're fine. But bearing in mind, I'm a first-time mum. So certain milestones, maybe I didn't realise what I should be looking for.
There's no manual.
This is it. So I do think that they should start... I know they do antenatal classes.
Yeah.
But do they talk about the milestones that you should see after? That's where it stops. They stop as soon as you have the baby. So...
You know, they do, they call you up a year in and they're like, has your child done this? Has your child done that? And then they do a 2-year checkup. Has your child walked? Has your child done... they ask you all these, they went through a whole 20-minute conversation with me of list of asking me what my kid has done and what she hasn't done. And I remember just sitting there thinking, if she hasn't done certain things, what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's a little bit stressful at the same time, but
not every child is the same at the same time.
Yeah.
So, where was I? So, I came out of hospital.
7 days, yeah?
Yeah, 7 days. But they sleep all the time. And let's just really think about a newborn. They sleep all the time. So, what am I really looking for at this point? So, she sleeps all the time. We didn't do the breastfeeding thing. She used to choke when she had milk. But again, we used to say the teat's too small. Let's get a bigger one. Or let's poke more holes in it because she can't get enough. She's struggling. But now looking back, I think that was a sign.
Okay.
I honestly do. But anyway, let me keep going. So we get to 3 months. And she gets a cold, what I thought was a cold. And it happened around Thursday, Friday. And I was like, oh, I'll wait till Monday. We'll go and get antibiotics. And then she'll be fine. It's a cold. I gave her Calpol. Actually, at that age, I think she was just allowed Calpol. Just about. Anyway, I take her. She doesn't wake up for feeds. Because when you're sick, in my head, I'm like, when you're ill, you just want to sleep.
Yeah.
So she didn't wake up for a feed. I had to always wake her up.
Yeah. So
Monday morning comes and I take her to the doctor's. And she's sleeping when I enter. And she's not waking up. So I'm like, no, just keep trying. And they're like, no, we have to call an ambulance. She's not responding. And honestly, I didn't hear anything after that. I was in a daze. It literally went from 0 to 100.
That's so scary.
They got an ambulance. We went back to the same hospital.
Lord.
And see, at the time, though, there's things that obviously I know now. I didn't know that you can change hospital. I didn't know all of these things that you learn along the way.
You know, it pains me when people say that because how do we teach everyone that you have options?
Yeah.
It pains me to know that there are women out there who are first-time mums who don't know that. Yeah. Why is this not common knowledge? Why is this not something that everybody knows?
This is it. But that's what I'm saying. It's knowledge is everything. So maybe there should be somebody who maybe when they find out you're pregnant, maybe they should ask you a list of questions and then you can make an informed decision where you want to have the baby. I don't know, maybe people you're given the hospital. If I could have went Whitechapel, I would have. But
you can self-refer.
But now, I know now.
Now we know.
But
guys, you can self-refer.
Yeah,
pick the hospital you want because there's a hospital that's 5 minutes away from where I lived, and I said, I'm not going there.
Oh, you don't.
That was my childhood hospital, and I could not stand that place. I was like, I am not going there, and I self-referred to one that was quite far away. It was a 20-minute Uber ride.
It's worth it if you get great service.
Didn't get great service, but
okay.
It would have been better. So.
Oh, okay. It looks like you don't really have many good hospitals around you. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, when we were in the hospital, things turned really quickly. They thought she had sepsis, meningitis. They gave her so much drugs, antiviral, antibiotics. They gave her everything to figure out what was it that made her decline.
Not respond.
Yeah. And I was like, I thought she just had a cold. You know, she's born in winter.
Was she sneezing?
Her neck was stiff. So that's meningitis sign. She wasn't sneezing. It was more like temperature.
Okay.
Just temperature and not eating. That's it. I just thought she had a cold. But then the Sunday night, so I was taking her Monday, her neck was, every time we moved her neck, she would just put it back. So that's meningitis. So that's why I got scared. But I think it just goes back to I don't know what tipped her over the edge, but whatever, it started from birth. So she's now unable to like walk, talk. She hasn't been diagnosed, but they put her under this umbrella of cerebral palsy because of the way she presents.
Okay.
So she presents as somebody who does there's so many ways it can affect you. Yeah. Sometimes it's just your arms, your upper body. Sometimes it's your legs. She's got it the worst. When she was smaller, you didn't really notice as much. Now she's bigger. She's 6 now, so you can notice a lot more. But I've just used my journey as openly as I can to like share my story, and I've met so many people who have been through the same. Some people who didn't even know what it's like, because when you look at me, you wouldn't think that I have a child who has cerebral palsy, and so. Like, it's not such a taboo in my community now.
Yeah.
Because they can come to me, they'll ask me questions. So yeah, it's been a journey though, because things like, you know, milestones you learn. I never got to teach her things like riding bikes and stuff like that. She doesn't even eat through her mouth. She has a peg. See, things like that kills me that I didn't get to, you know, do the weaning process. Do you know what I mean? So my journey's been very different, but
do they teach you how to like?
Yeah, they give you all the training.
Okay.
Yeah, because at first they give you a NG tube, so that's the nasal one.
Okay.
And then when she gets to a certain age, they go to the next level, which is the peg.
Does she have like a wheelchair?
Yep. So she's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
But I must say, not everybody has a wheelchair who has cerebral palsy.
Okay.
So some people might just walk a bit different. Some people, it might be their arms that are affected. I went to school, funny enough, with a boy who had cerebral palsy, but it was just his speech. He couldn't talk properly, but he went through speech and language, and now he talks fine. And that's what's crazy. I've seen someone who, when we was in primary school, he was really affected, and now you wouldn't be able to tell.
Wow.
So that gave me hope.
Yeah.
But if I'm honest, like, looking at other people is the worst thing to do.
It is. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I just take every day as it comes, and she is, whatever's happening to her is happening to her, and that's it. We've had it pretty hard.
Yeah. I can't imagine. Like, there's also like a girl that I follow on Instagram, and she's got, I think maybe she has 3 kids now, but she had 2 kids at the time, and one of her daughters, I don't know exactly what her daughter has, but she's in a wheelchair as well, and she can't move, she can't eat as well. I think she also has the peg, and like, there are days where she's like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
She's got 2 kids, did you say?
Yeah.
I don't know how she's doing that.
She's got 3 now, I think. I think the last time I checked, she was pregnant.
That's a lot. Because that's what I mean. Do you know what it is? It's like, dealing with my daughter, it's hard, but I couldn't imagine like a child that's really active, running around as well. Yeah. Like, I respect that, because and she's got 3 now.
I think she's got another one, yeah.
Wow. Is she with the dad?
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least she's got 2 hands.
True.
Like, I was thinking, like...
Are you a single parent?
I'm a single parent.
Yeah, me too.
I've only recently become a single parent, so it's been an adjustment, because before, the times when I just wanted just to cry or I couldn't take it, he would take over.
Yeah.
Now, there's just no break. There's no break, and it's... But do you know what? As mums, we just do what we got to do, right? Okay, should I really say that? Because some people can't cope, and that's also real. Survival mode is real. Yeah, but I just do what I have to do, and then when she's in bed, then I'll crash or call a family member to help. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm lucky I have a really big family, but amazing. I couldn't imagine not having a support system. I think that as soon as like I became a single parent, I think people stepped up more, which is lovely, you know, but some people don't have it like that. So it's so difficult being a single parent. And I think I always say, like, if certain things were taken care of, like
if I had money,
Yeah.
like an abundance of it, that I didn't have to worry about where it came from,
Yeah.
I'd be all right. I'd be such a chilled single mom. Financial burden is like one of the biggest headaches when you're a single parent.
So true.
Now, like, you have to go work. Like, going to work is the worst.
Yeah. So I can't work because I'm classed as her carer.
Okay.
So my filmmaking stuff is like literally I do it around her schedule.
Okay.
You know, I get paid from Amazon Prime. Did I tell you my show's on Amazon Prime? We'll get to
Nice.
that. But yeah, like because I'm her carer, I can't work. But obviously it was great because her dad had a job.
Yeah.
And then now he's gone. It's like it's cut right down. But we make it work. It's tough. It's really hard. Yeah.
In this cost of living crisis as well.
Yeah, it's true.
Wow, you're really strong. Like, wow.
Everyone says that. I hate
Do you know?
that.
No, but do you know we say that like as in coming from a place where like I say you're strong,
Yeah.
but I don't even know even 1% of what you do every day,
Yeah.
or even 1% of your emotions and how you feel,
Yeah.
or even like a minute percentage of like what it's like and what it's been like for you for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even fathom, put it that way. And so when I say you are strong, I mean like it's coming from a place of like, if I can't even fathom, there's no like, I can't find the words for what I'm trying to say.
I understand.
You know
But
what I mean?
I appreciate it. I just think that, like, I get that a lot online. But if I'm honest, like, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just doing what I have to do.
Yeah.
So I don't realize I'm being strong or like, you know, but there's times where I'm not and I'm really tired. Each child has their problem area. And I think my daughter's problem is sleeping at night. So, we need sleep.
Yeah.
That's really hard. And that's when being a single parent is the worst because there's no one to just say, let's tag team this.
Yeah.
You get up 5 times, I'll get up 5 times. Yeah. Whereas that's what I had before, that support system at the nighttime. That's when he was there. But now, it's killing me. So sometimes I just have to get her in school and then go and just
Knock
recharge.
out. Yeah.
Facts. But there are resources out there. Like I have a carer now.
Nice.
There's like a respite place near my house that are really good. So there are options for people who have children with complex needs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but over the last, I would say, definitely since my daughter's been born, I've met, I think a lot of kids are autistic, disabled. They're on the spectrum somewhere. And I'm just like, I was talking to my cousin earlier and I was just like, what's happened in the last 6 years?
Do you know what? It's funny. I was having this exact same conversation not even a week ago.
Yeah.
And I was saying like, is it because I'm more knowledgeable so that I can see it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there was a time where I worked in like let's say a retail shop.
Yeah.
And before I worked there, I didn't really notice people wearing those shoes. And then when I started working there, now I'm seeing everybody in those shoes. And then I thought to myself, maybe it's like that. Maybe it's because I'm more knowledgeable about it. Maybe it's because I know more that I'm seeing it more.
Yeah.
Or noticing it more.
I mean, maybe we just thought that some kids were naughty. So we might have just been like, oh, that child's naughty. But I don't know.
And now we're like, oh, maybe they have ADHD.
Yeah, but now that child's autistic. You can just tell, like, yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know if it's me or if there's an actual increase.
I think there's an increase.
I think there's an increase as well.
Is.
Yeah. I think there's an increase.
I'm pretty sure. But obviously it's true. Now we have knowledge and we're around more kids and parents. So I don't know. I don't know. I just want to just let you know that like that strong thing, I kind of wish that I wasn't, because sometimes people might think, oh, she's got it under control. And it's like, check on your strong friends. That's what they say, right? It's like sometimes you just, check on your strong friends.
Check on your happy friends.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I love that, because the reason we started this podcast is because we didn't feel like it was safe for us to say I'm struggling. We didn't feel like it was safe for us to say this is actually really hard.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. And I think being able to turn around and like express how you're really feeling instead of, oh, how's it going? oh, it's all right, everything's good.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because we feel like we have to do that. And when you're really struggling, sometimes you just need someone to be like, your feelings like are valid. Like, it's okay for you to feel like this.
Yeah.
Not every day is going to be great. Some days in parenting are terrible. Some days there's no sleep. Some days you just want to drink 10 coffees, you know?
Yeah.
And some days you just don't want to talk to anyone. That's totally okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But just to know, like, we're still here for you, you know? Like, we're here.
Yeah.
You're not alone. Like, when you're ready, when you feel better, or what do you need? Do you need help? Like, would you like me to get you something? Would you like me to bring you some food so you don't have to cook?
Yeah,
like,
that'd be great.
Things like that
Yeah.
are so important. And I think a lot of people have, like, messaged us saying, oh, you know, I really never thought about that. Like, when my friends are pregnant, I never really thought, like, oh, I should bring them something to eat, or I should, like, make them, like, a takeaway or a doggy bag or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, I never really thought of that.
Guys. Yeah. But, and also, like, I've noticed, like, there's so many stigmas. Like, even being a single parent, I feel like a lot of people that I know they just stay with their partner just because of the stigma of being a single parent. Like, they've failed.
Yeah.
That has, like, literally, I didn't even notice it until recently, like, how much people really find it embarrassing, and there's shame that comes with it. And it's kind of offensive, because just because I'm a single parent doesn't mean that I'm incapable or I'm a bad person, or I can still do it. It's tough.
Facts.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean, like, you could be with someone and still be unhappy.
Do you know how many times I've said, like, sis, you're a married single mum?
I know a good amount of people in relationships right now.
Oh, you single?
Yeah, they are.
Because just having somebody there, just for show,
Yeah.
with zero contribution,
Yeah.
or
You're doing everything anyway.
the only thing that they contribute is I go to work and I pay the rent,
Yeah.
and that's about it. And they
Yeah.
come home and now you have another child to deal with.
Yeah. It's
I
true.
would legitimately rather be single.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing. I think as well, a lot of people that I know, they probably are thinking, like, obviously we always put our kids first, right?
Yeah.
So yes, we would love our kids to be in a house with a mum and a dad.
Yeah.
Trust me. I was the same. I probably put up with a lot more because I wanted my daughter to experience the mum and dad in a household. But at the
Yes.
end of the day, if it's in a toxic environment, it's not going to be great for her or me. So we had to leave. And so we're in a much better position now that I'm a single parent than when I was in a relationship. So it takes more courage, and you're a stronger woman to do it by yourself.
The thing is, obviously, I always say to people, right? I always say to people, I'm an advocate for divorce, right? And obviously, cause I'm speaking from a like Islamic perspective. Like, we don't do like boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, we don't do cohabitating.
Yeah.
It's either you're married or you're single.
Yeah.
Or you're divorced.
Yeah.
There's one of three, or you're widowed. Like, one of four options, right?
Yeah.
You got 4 options there.
Yeah.
So for us, I always say I'm an advocate for divorce, but I'm only an advocate for divorce if it's the last option. If there's no other reconciliation, if this person is abusive, if this person has, like, you know...
so wait. So you only accept divorce if the person has hit you?
No.
Oh.
There's different types of abuse, of course.
Oh, okay.
There's
Sorry.
emotional, psychological,
Yeah,
there's financial.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so many different types of abuse.
Yeah.
So when I say abusive, I mean, like, if you're experiencing any of those.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's when I'm an advocate for divorce if there's abuse.
Okay.
I'm not an advocate for divorce if you just find him irritating. Because if you just find him irritating and he's jarring you, you can get over that.
Yeah. You
Do you know what I'm
gotta
saying?
work through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your family's more important than him being jarring.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or you're annoyed at him because his farts smell.
Yeah.
Don't be silly, right?
Got you.
Or because we have this really, like, cancel culture right now where like it's like drop and delete, like, just get rid of, start again, find another person.
Yeah.
And I actually bumped into a couple.
Yeah.
Literally outside here yesterday when we were filming yesterday, and I bumped into a couple, and they were like, "Oh, what is this?" And I explained to them, "Oh, it's a podcast room, blah blah blah." You know, they were like, "Oh, we've been married for," I think she said, like 26 years.
Wow.
And they were old, and I was like, "Oh, well, can you give me tips on, like, what is the key to marriage for that long? Like, can you give me some gems?" You know what she said? She said there was a pivotal moment in their marriage where they had a huge row.
Yeah.
And then they sat there and they were like, "So what now?" to each other. And then the husband said to his wife, you know, like, it's okay to hate me, right?
What?
He said to her, like, no, he said to her, it's okay to hate me. Like, in this marriage, there's not always going to be days where you love me. There's not always going to be days where you like me. But we're going to continue and carry on and pull through.
Wow.
And 26 years later, they're happily married. And he said, now I've noticed that you young guys, like, as soon as it gets hard, you lot are out.
No, facts. No,
Right?
that's true. It's true. But then that's the thing. I think that it's so hard because sometimes I think we don't take enough time to get to know somebody.
Yeah.
So it depends. Like, there's just so many, like, little things that can change. I do believe in working through stuff.
Yeah.
But again,
There's
it's
some
like,
things you can't work through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
there's
think
some things
that
you can't work through.
it's not okay to be in any type of abusive environment.
I agree.
Any toxic environment. You've got to go. And I don't think that you can work through any of those.
I agree.
But I do think that, but then I see some people in my life and they're actually still sitting there in those environments. And it's like, it's so frustrating to see that, but each of their own, they have to live it, you know?
You know, abuse is different because I think they say with any form of abuse, it takes a long time before, it takes many attempts as well before somebody like is able to go and leave. But like, I feel like for me, things were a bit, again, it comes down to how the person was raised and what they were raised in. So like somebody who was raised in an environment where like their family, their mum and dad been married for 30 years, you know, like they have a happy relationship. I feel like they're more likely to stay because they want to emulate what their parents have. And they're thinking in their head, my mum and dad probably had fights. My mum and dad probably disagreed on these things. Yeah. And they feel more pressure to be successful in their marriage. Whereas like people like me, I came from a single parent household. So like I've seen it not work for my mum.
Yeah.
And I've seen her survive and I've seen her be totally okay. And I've seen her grieve and I've seen her, you know, I've seen her go through the stages. And at the end of the day, it's me and her, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm raised in an environment where like, yeah, okay, I can see these things, but I also have a connection with my mom that's unbreakable and we're happy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen her in situations where like, I would rather she was single than deal with that. And she's like, I'd rather be single than deal with this. So she's like, sayonara. And I've seen like, okay, so it's okay to leave.
Yeah.
But then it can go one of two ways. It can go like, I'm a serial leaver. As soon as it gets hard, sayonara. Next one, sayonara. Next one, sayonara.
Saying.
We don't want it to be like that.
That's what I'm saying. It
has to be a balance,
hard,
right?
Then you've got trauma from your last, like, I don't know, my next relationship, I don't know how it's going to go, to be honest. But I felt like, I actually thought I'd broken a generational curse.
Okay.
Because I come from a single parent household too. And it was fine. I had the best time.
Yeah.
But when I met my ex-partner, I thought, oh, okay, we're doing this. We were going for a while. I was like, oh my God, I've broken it. But again, it's like, I think it's true. How someone's raised, I think he was always in a situation where he was trying to survive and he wanted to survive at the detriment of anything. So it could have been me, it could have been anyone, but he's just trying to survive and it just couldn't work. I couldn't work through those things. When you're willing to like step on anyone to just be successful, it just is not going to work. So
yeah, I hear that. It's so hard being a single parent. Like,
it's tough.
Dealing with co-parenting.
See, I'm at the moment, I'm not in a co-parenting situation.
Okay.
So I haven't experienced that, but I don't think I can co-parent with someone who is as toxic as her dad is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So no, it's okay because it's less stress for me.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like I'm trying to be happy, and having to communicate with somebody who doesn't have the skills, it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So we're actually doing so much better. We're fine. We're doing good.
You know, like a happy mom is a happy house.
Facts. It's so true.
It's never about the dad.
It's so true.
And I feel like I say this a lot. It's always about the mom. The mom is the homemaker, the person who, if her mood is off, the whole house is off.
So I said this to one of my friends who hadn't had a child yet. I said, when you have a child, I think you have to say to yourself, that child is, let's be honest, even if the dad was there, the child is going to be like a handbag to you. Like, it's gonna be with you.
Yep.
If it cries, it's likely to just direct to you
Mummy.
first.
Yep.
It's you. the dad likely to be at work and all of that stuff. Great, we appreciate the dads or whatever, but that child, it's mainly on the mum. Let's be honest.
Because you're the only person that soothes them. You know,
Yeah.
they were inside your stomach for 9 months.
Yeah.
Like, they come out and all they know is mama for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
The dad, yeah, okay, they might play with you when the mum is like, you know, in the other room, or like, they're happy to play with their dad. But as soon as they bruise their leg, as soon as they hurt themselves, who do they run to?
Yeah, it's true. So, mate, and let's talk about when you're sick and being a single parent.
Yeah.
That's strength. That's strength right there. When you're sick and you still have to do your mum duties. Wow. You know what? The first cold I got or flu I got being a single parent, I was like, wow. Wow, that was strength.
Do you know what is so mad? As a single parent, because you're so like on the go constantly, and you don't take a break, and the only break you have is sleep. And if like you said, your daughter doesn't sleep,
she doesn't.
then you don't have sleep.
Yeah.
I feel like when you catch a cold,
yeah,
the way it knocks you out.
Listen,
it's not the same cold that someone else is catching. We can have the same COVID. It's not the same COVID. It's not.
It's not.
There's a single mum variant. I'm telling you.
There is. I feel like we should get more. If you do have a job, see, even that. Like, I was thinking, like school is like. Sorry, I might be jumping around. Let's say school, 9 till 3:30.
Yeah.
So if you had a job, how is that working? Like, all that stress there. That's why, in a way, like, God knew what he was doing when he gave me my daughter, because I don't know how people are doing. Like, some don't have after school club. You have to juggle your job. I bet you're looking mad unprofessional to your boss, because you must be like saying, oh God, I've got to go and pick her up. But you just arrived 3 hours ago because it took you an hour to drive to work or commute. How does that work?
Shall I make you laugh? I think recently I've been self-sabotaging. And the reason why I've been self-sabotaging, I'm looking for a new job. And
you're trying to get sacked?
No. My contract is finishing. So I'm going to be out of a job in like the next month anyway. Oh, wow. But I've been looking for a new job for like the last 2 months. But every time I have a job interview, I'm like, by the way, I'm a mum.
Drop it. You should know, I've got twins.
Also, I have ADHD. And then I'm almost excited for hi, unfortunately, thank you for taking the time out to interview us. Unfortunately, there were other candidates with better experience. And I'm like, yes.
But like, yes, it's a double-edged sword, because you want money.
No, I love money. So much.
Say it.
And you know what it is? It's because I'm Muslim that I can't do certain things that like other people can.
What do you mean?
If I weren't Muslim, I'd be selling feet pics. If I was not afraid of God's punishment, maybe I might have OnlyFans.
Okay. I mean, I haven't considered it. I'm not there yet.
Or maybe silver fox on the side. You know? Like,
I want a sugar daddy.
I'm Muslim, so I can't do them things.
I got you.
But I like money, but not that much. Okay, so before the comments come for me, I know you lot all think about it. But no, there's certain jobs that I actually can't do. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get you.
I always say it would have to work with
around your child.
Life. It would have to work around my life. So self-employed, starting a business. Because even now where I work, on a Monday I start a little bit later because I have to commute somewhere else.
Okay.
And that means that I finish a little bit later. Okay. But how do I come back from there before 3 o'clock when it's time to pick her up from school?
It's all of that. I don't know.
On a Monday, my friend picks her up. And I'm lucky because my friend lives across the road from her school. Okay. I'm lucky. So she picks her up on a Monday.
Okay.
And then that allows me time to commute back and finish off work at like 5:30. So
it takes a village.
Do you know what I'm saying? And like, it's so hard when you're literally by yourself. Yeah. Some people co-parent with their their children's dad, and they live in the same city. Yeah. My daughter's dad doesn't live in the same city. He can't pick her up from school. Oh. He can't take her to school in the morning. Do you know what I mean? He can't just come over on the weekend and take her. Do you know what I'm saying? Wow. So it makes everything that much harder. Yeah. When you're actually a single mom by yourself, like with very little support. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's strength.
It is strength. That's the strong. You're a strong woman. That's that's when they say it.
That honestly.
Do you know what though? I think it's just people say it, especially to me on Instagram, because like at the end of the day, being a mum, you're strong.
100%.
Like, but I think it's because you're watching somebody navigate parenthood in a way that you couldn't fathom. That's kind of what you were saying earlier.
Yeah.
So yes, my parenting journey is very different. Yeah, just like, yeah, it's crazy when you think of like all the appointments. She's in a wheelchair. She doesn't eat. It's just appointments after appointments, and
That's a lot.
it is. And I hate hospitals. It's like living in your fear constantly. I've never experienced something like this before, and it's like learning on the job. You're already learning on the job, and I think, like, I replay in my head how this whole journey started, and if I could have, seen things earlier.
No, but the thing is, you know, like, it's funny. I was sitting outside there watching the people who were on the podcast before me.
Yeah.
And I was watching him, the gentleman asked the other guy, I think they were talking about knife crime. He was like talking about him. He said to him, can you give me a quote for the end of it? I don't remember the name of the podcast, otherwise I would have shouted it out.
Yeah.
But he said to him, can you give me a quote? And the guy said, he was literally sat where he was sat. Yeah. He said, life is like a car.
A car.
The rear view mirror is your past. And if you sit there in the driver's seat watching your rearview mirror all the time, you're going to crash the car.
Fair.
So you need to focus on the windscreen in your future, going forward. Can't sit there and look and say, what if I'd done that? What if I had seen that? What if I'd known that? What if I had done... Like, you don't have a time machine. Yeah. There's no way of going back to correct anything. Yeah. You didn't even do anything wrong because you didn't know, you know?
I know.
There's no way to go back and change a single thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I've been dealt these cards. I'm sad about it.
Yeah.
I wish it could have been different.
Yeah.
But what can I do today to make things better? What can I do tomorrow? What can I learn? How can I advocate? How can I teach? How can I show?
I'm all about, like sharing my story.
Yeah.
Sharing my knowledge, because there's just even things in the disabled community that you're not even aware of. You know, people think you just have to rely on NHS. There are other things that you can do to get like intensive courses, like for physical therapy. There's just so much that we could talk about. And again, if I didn't delve into that community and meet other parents, I would never know either. Because some people are ignorant. Some people don't even want to accept that their children are disabled, or their family don't want to accept it, you know?
Yeah.
When you
I've seen a lot of that, especially in my community. Also,
in black, let's say ethnic communities, they're like that.
Thank you, Sunny. The podcast is called Wave TV. They also film here.
Okay.
So check them out. They talk about knife crime and better in life, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the analogy of a car.
Honestly, when he said that, my jaw was on the floor. I was literally out there watching him on the camera. And I was like this. I was like...
Yeah, I think my life is in like second gear right now.
Yeah.
Let's say second, if it's a car analogy. I love that.
Second gear, but looking forward.
But I'm looking forward, yeah. It's just, I'm rebuilding. I'm getting into the stride again. And, I've got plans that, When I was going through my breakup, like obviously a lot of things stopped, but now I'm just ready to get back into life again. And
what are your thoughts on dating as a single mum?
Oh, this is a good one. Dating.
Because I was going to say, are you dating? But I thought, let me just ask about your thoughts.
No, I'm not dating at the moment. I've met people when you go out and stuff. Come on. But
mums need fun too.
Yeah, it's like, but you know, even like I've never had to say, I have a daughter. So it's one thing when you say, I've got a child. They're like, I've got like 5. I'm like, great, I've got 1. And they're like, how? Like then you've got to say, but she's disabled. That even is like, it's hard enough to say, I've got a child.
Yeah.
That you have to consider, let alone her, because we might spend most of our time in hospital.
Yeah.
You know, is that person ready to commit to me and this whole whirlwind of hospital? It's not very sexy, hospitals, you know.
Hospitals are not sexy at all. They smell really bad.
I do think a lot of people introduce their children too quickly.
I completely agree.
And I give them the side eye, but it's because I think everyone's trying to just get out of this single motherhood and get a family. They just want the family unit back, and they don't want to hurt anymore.
Yeah, but that can open you up to a lot of vulnerabilities.
Tell them. I'm with you.
That can open you up to so many vulnerabilities. You don't know people's real intentions. You don't know people, some people prey on single mums because low-key they're nonces and they want easy access to a child.
Oh, geez.
So y'all need to be careful.
So
I am scared of people, genuinely. Like, I'm a very trusting person,
yeah.
but I'm also very fearful. It's always in the back of my head.
I think that, yeah, so I've noticed a lot of people are really quick, like, to introduce their child. I'm not trying to introduce my child to you for a while.
Yeah.
But I'm so new to it. I haven't done it enough to really give you any real knowledge. But
Yeah.
the right one won't see a problem, and that's the way I see it. I think that there's a level of, like, I don't know how to drop it. But it's like it's not even like I don't feel shame, but I'm like, it's a lot to ask someone who isn't her dad to commit to such a. It's big. It's not a small thing.
No, I get you. And
You
also,
know, it's like me committing to someone with 5 kids. I'm not on it.
I hear that. I totally hear that. You know, like men, I feel like when they get, like, find a partner, when they get with a girl, they kind of a little bit feel like it's about them.
Yeah.
But, like, for you, because you have so much on your schedule with your daughter,
Yeah.
it wouldn't really be about you like that. So, do you know what I mean?
Not about me anymore.
No, it wouldn't really be about him like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got to understand that and accept that and be okay with that.
Yeah.
But a lot of these men are like, why you, like, where's my time, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think, do you know what? Even before I think a lot of men, they want to know how much time you have to allocate to them, dating wise. Like, you know, as soon as you might tell them you've got a child, they do ask, like, oh, like, how do you, like, do you have a good co-parenting relationship? I think they judge you on that. I think they need to. I should judge them on the 5 kids that they have.
How many baby mums do you have?
And all that. Yeah, that's one of the first questions. Facts. So, and I've only got 1 for 1.
Same.
Yeah.
1 for 1.
Our odds are good at right now.
Listen.
So I'm a catch. Anyway, but yeah, it's just right now, like I was focused more on, like, my money.
Yeah.
My career, and then when the man comes, because I still think, like, I've got trauma, to be honest.
I hear it.
Because
you know, because obviously you're a carer.
Yeah.
Do they allow, like, I don't know, I don't know about NHS, I don't know. Do they like provide you with, like, therapy?
So when you have a disabled child, they do offer you, yeah, because they kind of want to make sure that your mind is strong to take care of this person.
Of course.
So I was offered counselling, yes. But unfortunately, my carer actually just left the NHS. So I'm waiting to be put with somebody else. But yeah, they do.
That's good.
They do. They do worry about the mum. You have a social worker as well.
Good.
And that person, she's meant to make sure you're okay and stuff like that. Like, make sure, like, your house is ready for the child so you can move them around.
Yes.
Because obviously she's going to get bigger. I'm saying the same size. So
the wheelchair's going to get bigger with her.
Yeah. So now, like, for example, like, they help you get a car that is big enough to, like, fit her or whatever. And, like,
a ramp.
Yeah, and all of that stuff. Like, your house here, like, is your doorways. Yeah. Like, doorways, are they wide enough? How's your bath? How are you going to bath it? All these things. There's so many things. Yeah, I hate a wet room. So I don't have a wet room, but they are forcing it. But I found something.
I love wet rooms.
Why? It's just wet everywhere.
No. So it has like it's like a tilt. So the water eventually goes down that way to the hole.
It's still like the whole room. So
and you can get one of those things that you scrape the water with.
Great. That sounds
Takes
like I'm at
2
a swimming
seconds.
bath.
I swear to God, it's the best shower I've ever had. When I was pregnant, I stayed at my mum's house, and at the time my mum lived in a flat that was prepped for a disabled lady.
Oh.
So she had a wet room, and she had it like a chair, disability chair, in the wet room, and it had like the handles and everything.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was heavily pregnant, I think I was about 8.5, 9 months, and I remember sat down with the water running on my face, and I remember thinking, if I had to get out of a bathtub right now and I slipped and fell, that would be me and my baby finished.
I hear you. But I found the thing that basically it's a seat that goes in the bath and down.
Cool.
So that's what I'm saying. These things, there's so many other alternatives, but they want to just give you the basics. And that's one thing I've learned on my journey. Don't be afraid to ask for anything.
Okay.
Because it is possible. It's just that they won't offer it to you. They'll give you the basic first. And if you do your research, you can get most things in a better way. So I'm telling you.
Did you hear that?
I've learned so much. Like schools and stuff like that. Like they'll show you a school that, yeah, potentially could take her, but is it the best school? You have to check it out.
And I know that they do pickups and drop-offs.
Yeah, they do. So we did try that. It wasn't for me.
Fairs.
Yeah. It's no shade to anyone that wants to do it. I just didn't like the thought of her on the bus, and it took ages as well. And we don't even live far from the school.
Oh, because they have to do multiple drop-offs. Yeah, and each drop-off takes like 5 minutes.
That's what I mean. Yeah. It's just she was late for school every day.
Wow.
But I did it once when I hurt my back.
Okay.
Because she's getting bigger, and I lifted her up wrong.
Yeah.
So I hurt my back, and I had to just let her go on the bus for a week, and then I was like, no, this isn't happening again.
Wow.
But, yeah, and that's the thing. Say, for example, you was in hospital. You probably wouldn't heal properly because you want to get out and go back to your child.
Yeah.
You see these things, like, I couldn't imagine. That's what I mean. When I hurt my back, it was like I had to forget about my back pain. I've still got to keep it moving. Do you know what I mean?
I find that when I'm one of those people that I really don't like popping pills.
Neither do I.
I don't like it. I don't like the effect it has on my body. I don't like how, like, for example, I feel like I'm a bit more sensitive to other people. Like, for example, cocodamol, codiramol, it's codeine, essentially, with like a small dosage of something else, right? Mm-hmm. So the codeine, enough of that and you're constipated. But for me, I feel like if I pop it once, I'm constipated. I don't know. I feel like I know my body really well, so I don't do it. But I find that when I'm sick and I'm by myself, I'm a single parent, and there's no one else to say, can you pick up the slack? Yeah. I find myself popping pills, and I don't like that. Because you have to remove your pain in order for you to help this small human, you know? Or this person that depends on you. In order for me to get up out of bed. She's 4.5.
She's 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at 4, they're not really in a place where you could be like...
Get on with it. Yeah. You know them ones?
Yeah. I wonder what it's going to feel like when she's like 13. You can just be like, whatever. Oh, that's going to be fun. But this is what I'm saying. Being a disabled mum, there's never going to be a time when I can be like, please, like, could you not, I'm not feeling well. Could you, that's never going to be an option.
Wow.
So it's a constant, it kind of, if you want to think about it, think of the newborn stage for 18 years plus. That's what it feels like. It's lack of sleep. You're constantly just in that newborn phase forever. Nappies change. It's the same thing.
Whoa.
Same thing. Meal. It's the exact same thing, just constant. But it's weird because she gets bigger.
You know what? You are the perfect person.
For what?
To create a film about this.
Well, do you know what? A couple of people, my agent even said, like, I should write what happened to me.
Script write. You are the perfect
person.
But
it doesn't seem entertaining. What I went through, I don't find it fun.
Yeah, but it's not about entertainment. It's about, like, you can be the voice for everybody that has experienced what you've experienced.
What's that thing that recently came out? Reindeer.
Baby Reindeer.
Like my experience of NHS instead, and being a disabled mom and co-parenting and being with, wow. I mean, like I said, you're not the only person that has said it. I started it, I think, in my healing journey. I think as I feel better and get stronger, I feel like it is a project that will come out.
Yeah.
I will tell my truth in my content.
Yeah.
It's in the works. Let's just say that.
Like you said, you know, like hospital stuff and all that. It's not sexy. I would watch it. Put it that way.
Thank you. Oh, at least I know I've got you. You're going to come to the premiere.
What? Are you mad? Even if your is at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'll be there.
I love that. Thank you.
So we will be there.
Yes.
She might not be here right now, but we will be there.
Good. Yeah, I definitely am going to, like, that's just the way I am anyway. Most of the things that I have created, all my films are based on real life. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to stop that formula, because it's first of all, I don't have to think about it. It's really happened. Everything I've made, it's really happened. So I'm just, I feel like I'm still on the journey. So I feel like when I'm in the next chapter, I feel like it's easier to write. When you're still in it, it's a bit difficult.
It's so hard.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I'm in the next chapter, I definitely, 100%, you will see it in my content.
That is the most, like, I don't know, if I was, like, if I'm a creative as well. Yeah. If I was a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the stories you could tell.
That's what I mean. Do you know how many, like, wow. Oh my God, it's crazy. I have a book, though, that I've started to do for my daughter. So for example, you know, like you never see, because this is what happened. Originally I wanted to do an animation, you know, like Coco Melon.
Yeah.
But I wanted it to be my daughter in a wheelchair. So like, you know, like things like the park. Her friends, they want to enjoy the park with her. So they'll have to do like the obstacles that they face when they go to the park with my daughter. So for example, going on the slide, how would these kids want my daughter to be on the slide with them, or the swing, or is there a ramp? What do they do? Children are so resourceful. Children are the best. So I've written a book.
That's so beautiful.
And it's just, there's a lot of stages to it. I wanted it to be an animation, but it's so expensive. So when I get money,
to get like an illustrator, or
like,
to
no, so
produce
originally I wanted it to be on YouTube, like a YouTube series, but
yeah.
animation,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Coco Melon.
Yeah, like
but
Coco.
her. And when I got the quotes, woo,
Coco Melon.
it was a lot. So I was like, is that how much it does to make Coco Melon? Wow. But in the meantime, the book is cheaper. So I'll do the book first.
Wow.
And then the animation will, like, this is what I mean. There's loads of things in the pipeline. I've been asked to do a documentary.
Love that.
But again, I just don't know if I'm ready yet. There's just certain steps. There's certain things that I want to do before certain things. You know?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, but everything will get done. Everything.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah. And in the order that I just deem more comfortable.
I like
step
that.
by step.
I like that.
But like, yeah, I'm very excited for what my daughter is going to show the world, because she's definitely special. She's got her own, like, she doesn't even talk. And if I tell you how this girl, just people gravitate towards her, it's actually scary sometimes, because I'm like, she doesn't even talk. That's special.
You know, this, it's funny you say that she doesn't talk, but speaking is not the only form of communication.
This is it. So
it's not the only form of communication.
Yeah, she's definitely, God gives you what you can handle, right? So yeah. she was given to me for a reason.
You're the perfect person to be her mum.
So, yeah, 100%.
Nobody else is equipped for that job than you.
Yeah, and so I'm going to embrace it.
You know, I love, like, that include everyone, right? Like, especially, like, children with disabilities, because there's so many things that my daughter watches that are just stupid. And I just look at it like, for example, Coco, and I think, what the hell is this? Yeah. This is just addictive for no reason. You're just dopamine hitting my kid 100 million times in 5 minutes. Yeah. Like, I don't like it. But then there's things that she watches, like she watches this Islamic one, and it's called Omar and Hannah, and her name is Hannah, funnily enough, spelt the same way. Okay. And she loves it because she thinks they're talking about her. That's so cute. Right? So she watches that, and in that, there's a disabled kid, and there's a whole song about him. Is it animation? Yeah, it's an animation, and she proper loved it. She was like aware that some people are different, you know?
So let's talk about schools for a second. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay.
So, you know, you said people are different. Yeah. When my daughter started school, I was really, really, really worried about where to send her. Yeah. Because of that. Because it's like, should I send her to a disabled only school? Or basically I said no. I wanted her to go to a mixed school. Yeah. So I wanted kids to see, like, people are different. And I was really scared, and I was like, oh, is this the right choice? And the school sends you like videos and pictures of what they do. And honestly, she's surrounded someday. And I could cry every time I see it.
I'm gonna cry. Stop.
But because it's like, kids are the best. Don't cry. But
kids are so lovely.
Kids are so much better than adults. I don't know what happens, honestly, what changes us. But the way they embraced her, it's like, she doesn't talk. I told you, right? I swear. I could cry every time I see it. And she's got a best friend, and she just won't leave her side. How in my head, she would be with her one-on-one in the corner by themselves. But it's not that. And that's what I love about her environment right now.
My daughter has a best friend. He's autistic.
Oh, I love
that. And he's non-verbal. He's learning how to talk, but he's non-verbal.
This is what I'm saying. Like, how crazy is that? And they're best friends. Saying how that's so beautiful.
It is.
Because you think as adults now, we like, they'll not get shunned, but we'll be like, oh, I can't bother. Like, do you know what I mean? But kids, their patience, their compassion is way better. I don't understand. I can't.
Do you know they say hate is taught? Children are
I believe that.
born in, like, they're born with love. They're born with an abundance of love and
Yeah.
patience and, like, goodness, innate goodness. But hate and intolerance and, what's that D word? That's a D word. Discrimination are all taught. All of it.
So, like, yeah, who would have thought?
Kids are not
like,
born with that.
It's crazy.
And communication is not just verbal.
This is what it's taught me. And that's the thing. If you asked me 6 years ago, I would have said something else. But it's just shown me that, like, yeah, like, kids are the best. And so I'm really happy she went to a mixed school
That's
because
lovely.
they think that's normal. They know, like, she needs a ramp, where's the ramp? They know these things. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. Why don't they put that in Coco Melon? I want to, this Hannah and what?
Omar and Hannah.
I want to check out Omar and Hannah.
Yeah.
They
They've got a kid. I think he's got one arm, I believe, and one leg. Can't remember.
One arm and one leg. I
Yeah,
think
but
I've seen
but
that.
he plays the drums.
You see?
Yeah.
These things. And
Does he have one arm and one leg?
Omar and Hannah.
Have I lost my mind? Yeah, it's really, really good.
So what, do they like do nursery rhymes like Coco Melon, but it's Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing as well. Like, I love that your daughter can see someone like her on the TV.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do an animation, because you never really see a black child.
Yeah.
Or if you see a black child, they're not going to be disabled normally. So, you know, I wanted to...
Oh, he's got no arms.
So has he played the drums?
Wait, I'll show you. 1 second. He's got 2 legs, but he's got no arms. Look.
Oh, wow. I've never seen that one.
And they say, like, oh, he's different. He's new to our class.
Oh,
He's
I
different.
love that.
It's so... He's
so
different,
cool.
but he's still our friend and, like, stuff like that. Look.
Oh, wow. I love that. But now there's a lot of parks that are disabled friendly.
See? He's like you. I can do the same too.
Oh,
Even
that's
though
so
I'm
cute.
different, I can do it. I don't need any help. I'm okay.
I love that.
In, like, a song format. And I love
Yeah.
that. Kids are really sweet, like,
They
to each
are.
other. And if you teach them from young that everybody's different, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You can have friends from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
They learn these things. Haters talk. I'm convinced.
100%.
This is incredible. I can't wait to see what you produce. I can't wait to see the books. I can't wait to see.
That's what I mean. It's just
like,
money though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard.
I hope somebody comes along with a big grant.
Oh, amen. Amen.
You
Anyone
should
out there?
apply to these grants, you know, like, for example, the Arts Council. Like, you should apply to all the, like, because I'm Muslim, I can't apply to anything that has lottery in it. Like, I'm not allowed because lottery is, like, it derives from gambling. So I'm not allowed to apply for anything, but they'd give big money.
Yeah, I've tried. It's very competitive.
Yeah.
It is very competitive, but it's worth a shot. I might try again. I've tried before.
Try.
Yeah, but I tried for a film. Maybe
Try for a series.
try for like an animation or something like that. Yeah, but it's there's just a lot to juggle. By the time I get to being creative, I'm tired.
I know.
So yeah, but like I said, it will all get done because I don't think I was given this child for no reason. So that's my, like, honestly, she's my biggest motivation. Honestly.
That's so sweet, man. I love it when I see people talk about their children. Like, people light up when they talk about their kids.
Yeah.
Because they feel this, like, love in their heart that cannot be explained for anyone else.
Yeah.
I never see someone go, oh, my husband is the mom. I never see anyone do that. I see everyone go, my son, my daughter. I never see anyone go, my boyfriend.
Yeah, it's true.
I never see anyone.
So how have you didn't tell me about your, like, experience, like, dating, being a single mom.
You know, I think for me, in my community, it's a little bit different. I'm Somali, I'm from East Africa. And I feel like part of us, we don't care that people have kids, still marry, you still find a husband. He's like, it's not that deep. But it's more about the quality of husband. Because, like, I can find any hobo on the street to marry me. But, like, do I want a hobo to marry me?
No.
It's about the quality of the husband.
Okay.
Like, you want someone who...
But you have to date, though.
Yeah, of course. But
So...
at the same time, like, I don't want somebody who doesn't have kids. I feel like they don't understand. I don't know.
Oh, so you want someone with kids?
I want someone who has like 1 kid, maybe 2.
Oh, wow.
I can do with 1 or 2.
If I can avoid it, I wouldn't want the person to have a child.
Do you know what? I just don't feel like somebody who doesn't have a kid can understand, like...
I can see what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
I think, though, it's probably because in the community, I'm going to say my community, but it's just like, it's the odds are that someone my age group, then they're going to have 2, 3, 4, 500 kids and have 2, 3, 4, 500 baby mothers. And I can't deal with like no one is co-parenting on a mature level.
Yeah.
Where there's no mix up. It's just, there's always like just something messy
Drama,
happening. And
yeah.
I'm trying to live my best, most chilled, happy
Peaceful life.
Yeah, I don't have time for it. And it's like, it's just, I'm trying to just get it as simple as I can. So if the person doesn't have a child, it would be ideal. But it's true, they don't understand things about time and they're not number one. Sorry, you're not.
I feel like they don't understand timing, like, especially with lateness.
Yeah.
Why you was late? I've got a kid. Like... Do you know what it's like having it? You don't. Okay, my bad. You know, now I feel like the dumb one. My bad. I can't explain to you that I'm always late.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with the lateness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
But speaking of like, I don't know, I find that when I say I'm in a healthy co-parenting relationship, I feel, and I've heard men say they don't like women who are in healthy co-parenting relationships.
Oh, I thought that was a good thing.
No, but they would rather that he was either a deadbeat or he was dead, quite literally.
Oh, then I'm a catch. Because, like, some people have asked me, like, they do say, like, are you, is the dad around, for example?
They
and it's
always
like,
ask that.
Because in a way, they're thinking in their head, less drama.
Yeah.
Same way I am. I don't want the drama either.
I hear it.
So, in a way, it's less headache.
Yeah, but at the same time, like... I don't want you to be her dad.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
so
true.
She has a dad.
Maybe
I just don't want you to be her dad. Like, you're with me.
Not the dad.
Forget about her. You're with me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if you saw the previous clip that we posted a little while ago now. I think maybe a week ago, and it just went viral. I was talking about second wife because obviously in Islam,
yes, I did see that.
Yeah, we're allowed to have second wives, but like, this is why I was saying it. I didn't get a chance to fully explain myself.
Okay, do you want to do it now?
It comes from a place of like, I love my peace. I love being able to do what I want when I want with my kid. Like, I love the fact that it's just me and her in our house. I love the fact that like, when we go to sleep at night, I don't have to think in my head, is anybody here weird? Like, do you know what I mean? Not that like I would marry anybody that I would think is weird, but still it would be in the back of my head. Like, I've heard horror stories. Like, I enjoy the peace that comes with being a single mom. And I enjoy the peace that comes with knowing, okay, she's with her dad. You know, I can detach, I can take a deep breath. I can, you know, I can just be cool. I know the other half of her is going to protect her.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about her when she's with him.
Right. I'm very confident that my next partner, my husband, will be that. I think it's about, I think we can find it again.
Yeah.
That person, if they love you, they're going to love her, right?
No, but it's not about that. I don't want them to mix. Like, she has her dad. You're with me.
Okay, I get that. So, but if they're with you, they're gonna obviously bump into her.
No, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't align like that.
You don't. Oh my god!
Like,
how long can you avoid
exactly why it would be ideal if you had another wife. Oh, do you hear where I'm coming?
No,
I
don't, because I don't see why you don't want them to mix.
Because she has a dad.
But yeah, okay, she can have a stepdad. That's a bonus.
Okay, well, you can see her when we go out, like, to the cinemas once a week, or maybe once a month.
But I don't know, like...
He's in a relationship with me. He's not in a relationship with her.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
She has a dad.
Yeah, I hear that. But I just feel like that's okay that you want it separate.
Yeah.
But that is going to be for a short period of time. You can't date someone for a year and they're never going to commit. Don't you want them to... What? So you're never going to move in with another guy?
No.
What?
So exactly what this is. Do you see? When I say happy to be like I'm happy for my husband to marry someone else and be in another house. Because for you, obviously, you're thinking this is crazy, but in Islam, it's very normal. It's very normal. Our viewers understand. Like people do that shit. Like most of their dads are going on business trips.
Ooh.
Alleged business trips. Business trips to the businesses that they have with their other families.
Okay, mic drop. Listen.
Okay, so
you don't have to no. I want you to be the first and the only wife.
I don't want to be the wife.
Why
I don't.
Why?
No,
Is it coming pressure?
Okay, no, it's not just the pressure. It's like I said, I don't want to live with you.
Why?
And you know,
You don't wanna live with a man.
if a man has his own house and I have my own house,
Fair.
he's gonna be on crud over there with other women. So I would rather know
can't live
at
this.
least this one is respectable and this is your other wife. You're not just out here just being in the community. You're just you're in the streets. I don't want that because then you're gonna bring me back things that I don't want.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I think allowing him to have a second wife is just.
It sounds very respectable to me.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand it because. I'm trying.
I don't want to live with them, but you know, in Islam, it's very normal.
Why don't you want to live with them?
Because I really love the independence that comes with living with just me and my daughter.
Right.
Like, I love that. I'm so used to having my own personal space, companionship, someone to grow old with.
Yeah. You can't grow old in separate houses.
Yes, I can.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I can.
She said, yes, you can.
Yes, I can. Of
Okay.
course, I can. I'm gonna get grey hairs regardless whether you live with me or not.
Yeah,
so we're gonna go. We're gonna get old together.
Okay. I mean, each to their own.
Yeah, we can go on holidays together, you know, stuff like that. Like
only holidays.
When she's with her dad. Like, but that's the thing. I told you, I have a healthy co-parenting relationship.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want for anything. I'm okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in terms of her, he pays the child support.
Yeah.
He takes her for half terms and summer holidays, like parts of the holidays and stuff like that. Like, there's periods of time where I'm not with her.
Okay.
So those periods of time where I'm not with her,
You can be with your man.
I'll be with you. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I actually think a lot of men would like your arrangement.
That sounds like ideal to me. As soon as my
think
kids come in tomorrow, piss off, mate. Go back to your other house. Piss off.
I think you're
I'll
a
see you
catch
in
right
3
now.
weeks. See you in a couple of weeks for the weekend, and then I'll see you on half term for that 1 week. We go on holiday somewhere.
It's an interesting lifestyle. I can see why the benefits of it. I just don't. I don't like sharing.
Oh, fairs.
That's
Fairs.
probably why me and my daughter's dad are not together. But
Fairs,
you know,
okay,
just
fairs,
some people
fairs,
like
fairs.
to share. You know, maybe. Do you know what though? If both parties understand your situation,
Yeah.
that's fine. But when the other person doesn't know, it's a bit of a problem.
Do you know what it is though? I'd rather share with one person than share with the entire community.
No, that's fair.
Right?
That's the thing. If you're honest about it and you know everyone understands, fine.
Yeah.
That's
Some people's just community, just out here for the streets.
community D.
Yeah,
sure.
just out here everywhere. Like
Yeah.
you don't even filter. You don't even do Google forms. You just pick the person who looks at you like this. You just can I have your number.
Yeah.
I don't like stuff like that.
I
It can't be that
either.
easily accessible. That's disgusting.
This is it. But some people, they're just community D.
I don't like it.
Your face.
I'd rather we assess that okay, I like her, let's marry her. As well, the way that I'm looking at it, I explained this to someone the other day. In my religion, you can have 4 wives, right?
Yeah.
But there's conditions to having the 4 wives.
Okay.
Number one is
me.
you have to let's just say in this day and age 4 is unattainable for most people. Let's just say 2 wives, right?
Let's talk about 2. Okay.
Let's say me and 1 more wife.
Yeah.
You have to treat both of them equally. And then people say stuff like, "Oh, but you won't love them equally." I don't care what's in your heart. That's none of my business. Whether you see her and your eyes light up and you see me like, "Oh yeah, she's cool." I don't care.
Right.
I can't control your heart, but I can control your actions, right?
Okay.
So, for example, you buy her a house, you buy me a house. That's
Love
how it
that.
works.
Yeah.
It's
the same.
equality, right?
Yeah.
So you buy her a Lambo, you buy me a Lambo. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't
like it.
just because when you see her you get butterflies doesn't mean that you buy her a Lambo, you don't buy me one. That's not how it works.
Okay.
Right?
I like
So
this.
when they say like, "Oh, you know, what if he loves her more? What if she cooks better?" Everybody has their own strengths. You know? I'm not the cook, I'm not the chef, I'm the eater. I eat. Like I'd rather she can cook, I'll clean. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I love that.
You cook, I clean. We'll come for dinner at your house if you're the better cook. Cool.
That's fine. So all of you would have dinner together?
Yeah.
Would you? But you're not living in the same. Normally, would they all live in the same house?
Well, I don't know. Some cultures do that, but we don't do that.
Oh, you don't know. Okay. He just bounces from house to house.
Basically,
This is a very interesting.
There's a
I'm gonna
man.
write a film on this.
Yeah, I'd be happy to play a wife.
Okay.
As long as I'm not lip-syncing nobody and doing nothing like that on stage, then we good.
Okay.
My mum will watch this.
Okay.
My community will watch this. I will get cancelled.
Okay. I got you.
Halal things, I'm down. No, there's a man in Saudi Arabia who bought 2 houses, like mansions, right next to each other, and then built a bridge in between the two so that the kids could go from house to house and like that's their siblings.
Wow. So so how does that work? So then that means you would have. So he can have kids with her and kids with you, and you're all right with it?
No, but the thing is, I don't know if I want any more kids.
Really?
Yeah, that's just where I'm at.
This is going too far.
No, but do you know where it is? I'm an only child.
Okay, so you don't have to.
I don't have siblings.
Okay.
And my daughter's currently an only child.
Currently, it doesn't mean you're going to get a new man.
Yes, but currently, I like this dynamic. I like it.
Really?
This is very easy for my life.
I'm telling you, I plan on having more babies. 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Say that you were still with her dad and he wanted another one. That would be okay? Really? So you've always only wanted one?
No.
Oh.
If I was with her dad
Then
and we were actually in a good place,
then you would have
and he was a great husband.
Yeah.
Which is, things I have to emphasize on.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a married single mum.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd have another one.
I think there's some trauma because
but do you know what it is? I'm just seeing it as going backwards. That's just how I'm looking at it. Like, it has to be worth it. It has to be a situation that's worth it for me.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I'm married to a man who can afford to keep me as a stay-at-home wife who enjoys doing extracurricular projects in her spare time, right?
Yeah.
Like, I can start a charity. Yeah, I can just do things for myself. Yeah, I can be self-employed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I don't want to do it, I have money. Do you know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
In that sort of situation, I'll have another kid. But like, if it's like, oh yeah, we're married and money and maybe you might still have to work a little bit, or like maybe you can't live the kind of would be conducive to me being relaxed as a parent.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'm happy with one. I've been through the struggle. I've been through the stress. I think I'm just gonna put my hands up, quit while I'm ahead.
I get you. I'm not trying to repeat past mistakes like 100%. Like now, like. Yeah, the interview process is going to be much more in depth, like 100%. But I honestly feel like, we can get better. We won't repeat those mistakes again.
I like that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, I can't wait to have like an army of children.
Do you know what else like scares the life out of me? Maybe it is trauma.
What is it?
Imagine it doesn't work out. Now I'm a single mum for 2, 3 kids.
That's what I'm saying. I hear you,
Single
but
mum
I'm
for
not
2, 3
allowing
kids.
that to get... obviously, it crosses your mind. You're human. Like, I get you.
Imagine I'm already struggling.
No, I hear you.
Imagine
Trust
them
me.
struggling
Times
triple
2.
or times 3
Yeah.
or times 4.
Like, the next person I get with, you've got to give me 2, 3 kids. Like, I can't be doing this one here, one. That's not... I'm going to be like the guy with the 5 kids. I can't. But I get you. I totally... Like, trust me. These are things that it would only be normal to think about. But, like I said, like, no... Yeah, our happy ending, like, my ending's much different than where I am now. So
I love that.
Yeah.
There's that guy, he cracks me up. I seen the clip on TikTok. I don't know if he's just some old Jamaican guy. And the woman said to him, how many kids you got? He said, I got 22 kids. 23, baby mother.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cracking up.
Typical. This is it.
22 or 20.
The fact
That's
that
mad.
he was able to get so many women and they was okay with being baby number
You're number
10,
18.
11, 12. That's crazy.
You're number 19.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But do you know, that's mad. Do you see how women... Do you know if it was the other way around, men wouldn't even touch you? You know that?
That's crazy.
But women, we're just so stupid sometimes. Like, we don't see that as a red flag. I believe that men, they have patterns. And so it's for us to ask the right questions and analyze what's happened here.
Yeah.
And I think often we give excuses or we give them a belie.
Yeah.
And I don't believe a leopard can change its spots.
I agree.
I really, honestly, but I'll say that with my chest. Because, let the proof be in the pudding that it's very unlikely. So
I completely agree. It's like, I feel like there's even things that young girls don't know. So before you get with somebody or before you want to have kids with them, you can do a Claire's Law check. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know about that. Like,
Yeah.
you can do a Claire's Law check.
It's true.
And if this man has past convictions for domestic violence or he's got restraining orders, people got restraining orders against him,
It's true.
do you really think that it's safe for you to then be, you know, the mother of this person's child?
No, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? I think stuff like that, these are things to really consider. If you know he's tapped, he's in and out of prison, you know he's been to prison.
Not prison.
Or like he's in and or he used to be on the road and then like he's not really 100% legit now.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want that man to be the father of your child? Are you sure?
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. There's just, I think, but women will give the guy a chance. If it was the other way around, they would never give you a chance.
I swear to God, if I had a criminal record and I was in and out of prison, you think a man would breed me?
Exactly. God forbid. They would not.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We give them too many chances.
We do.
honestly.
We do. And so, like, that's what I mean. I'm actively, like, I've looked at all my past decisions and I'm like, okay, like, I knew certain things was not going to work from a while ago, but I stuck in it. And you do it for the kids.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I wouldn't do that again.
I know what you mean.
So we live and we learn, guys.
Single parenthood is just, there's so much
It's a jungle
to think about. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, you're killing it. You're doing amazing.
I'm not going to be single for long.
You're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you, love.
I love that.
Oh, that makes me feel so good.
I love that for you. And you know, I feel like, I've heard men say to women, oh, you've got a kid, who's going to marry you? Or you've got 2 kids, who's going to marry you?
Yeah.
There are men that will.
Facts. There are.
Plenty.
Yeah. Many.
Maybe even your friends.
Even your dad. Listen.
Maybe. Maybe. We're going to be stepmom and stepson and that.
Yeah. I'm not going to be single
You
forever.
piss me off, I'll move to your dad.
I'm single. I'm single by choice. Okay. Not your dad.
Not your dad. That's so funny.
Oh my God.
I'll move to your uncle. Can't get rid of me that easily.
Imagine.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, some of these men really would. They really would.
Well, yeah.
Their dads really would.
Yeah.
No, for real.
Men are just, some men, it's too much.
Men are different.
But let me not even just be dragging men all hour.
That's so funny. That's actually cracked me up. That's so funny.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I really enjoyed coming on. So
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's okay. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
No, it was fun.
This has been... I've learnt so much about cerebral palsy as well.
Yeah. I mean...
There's representation, though, like in film. Now that I think about it, in Breaking Bad, I think...
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
You never watched Breaking Bad? So in Breaking Bad, I think the policeman, the one who's tracking Walter White, his son has cerebral palsy. And he's got, like, crutches.
Okay.
And he speaks different. And his legs are shaped different. I think he has cerebral palsy.
Okay,
and now that I think, when you said earlier on, maybe it might be in your arms, maybe it might be in your legs, maybe it might walk different.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, wait a minute. I have seen it on TV.
Yeah, speech. It can affect you so... Like, no 2 cases is the same.
Yeah.
And that's what's interesting as well, because, yeah, like my friends have kids with the same condition and they're completely different, but also present the same. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, I'm grateful for those girls.
Can people have multiple kids with cerebral palsy?
So do you know what? I've never met someone that has like 2 kids. Like I feel like it's often like the lack of oxygen during that labor. Sometimes I have heard that it can be genetic, but I'm not sure if science supports that.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But
Can it happen with forceps?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no, because then why would they use it?
Okay.
If it was dangerous, do you know what I mean? I just think it's things like, it's just lack of oxygen.
Okay.
So like when the cord is sometimes wrapped around the neck, it's like, basically it's just oxygen to the brain. We want oxygen to be constantly going through the brain. As soon as there's a connection that's stopped, we're effed. I don't know if I can swear on here.
Yeah, if you like.
Okay. But yeah, I think what I would say is, like, for me, it was delayed, and we're looking into that right now. So was it delayed or was it always there? We're going back and forth because they're saying there's proof it wasn't there. There is proof it was there. I had a bad labor. I told you about.
So could you like sue for negligence?
Yes. I've actually tried to sue once, and I lost. So I'm gonna try again. You've got until 21 as well. You've got until 21 to keep suing.
21.
Yeah. So I don't know if anybody knows that, but
listen, keep doing one day or bang.
What? Come on. Well, to be honest, it's like the facts are the facts. So
yeah,
it's just about this proof I have. Just the judge just has to say, which I agree. It's as simple as that. Like, but because, like I said, she was a newborn and all they do is sleep. How do you prove that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So my case is a bit complex, but there's plenty of other people that it's not as complex, and it's, you know, I definitely think they should have intervened earlier, but you know, it's
I
so
think
hard.
that from when you told them there was brown stuff coming, they should have taken that more seriously, because unless it's red, who really has brown discharge when they're pregnant?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Because the same thing happened yesterday when we spoke to this girl came on and told us that she experienced a loss at 22 weeks. And she did say to them that she was leaking something. And she was like, it's leaking. And then for 2 weeks, they were like, it's nothing. Don't worry, you'll be all right. It's nothing. And then after 2 weeks, they did eventually check it. And they were like, whoa, it's amniotic fluid that you've been leaking for the last 2 weeks. Because her membrane inside her cervix was, I think, ruptured.
And this is what I mean. It's just a lack of, like, I don't understand
it's
why
just
there's
negligent.
Yeah, it is. And it's how many ways can you say it? It's like someone's telling you something and you're like, oh, don't worry about it. Or like,
wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry?
You would think.
You really would think.
I mean, again, I've only heard these stories since I've had her. So say I was to get pregnant tomorrow. I would be on I would have my foot on their neck. If I was to feel a twinge, if I was to be leaking something, there's no way I'm putting my trust in them the way I did before.
I get that.
You know?
I get that.
Even when my daughter's in hospital now, it's like I'm micromanaging them because I want to know, why are you giving her that? I'm against drugs too, by the way. Pills, paracetamol, like, if I take a paracetamol, I'm really not feeling well.
If I take a paracetamol, I'll go to the hospital soon. The day you see me take a paracetamol, I'd rather sit here and experience all the pain. Like,
yeah. So, and even in that labour, I didn't take any pain relief. No, because I wanted to do it natural. That was my plan.
Did you have gas and air?
No.
Oh wow, I had gas and air.
I didn't. I wanted to be as coherent as possible.
Wow.
And I often feel like when you, for example, if you was to hurt your back, you take a paracetamol, then you go to the hospital, they'll be like, where's the pain? And I feel like, well, you've just numbed it because you just took it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you need to go there with the pain.
100%.
But when you deep it, we never do. We always go there on something.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I agree.
So there's just so many, like, my thought process is a lot different probably compared to a lot of people.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, why are you giving her that drug? What does that drug do? Why are we doing that? Why? You better tell me.
Do you not find that they don't often explain?
No, they don't.
I'm just going to give her this. Why?
Yeah.
Can you go through the process and explain?
Now I'm pretty known in the hospital now.
Good.
So I mean, yeah, I don't mind being that mum now because I've got trauma from everything I've been through. I can't allow them to just think that they're just going to do anything and not explain it. And they should explain anyway, no matter who it is.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? But I think they're just so used to doing the job. They're just like, they're just
muscle
doing
memory
it.
almost. Yeah.
And they're forgetting the patient to like nurse relationship and the caring part and the empathy that they need to have.
Do you know what is mad? I feel like people who work in hospitals, either they have a lot of empathy or they've like become desensitized.
Yeah,
because maybe you've seen so much like chaos and loss and trauma and all these things that like maybe now you're forgetting that this might be the first time this person's experiencing this. Exactly. Like, for example, when people come in, when doctors tell you that you have cancer, they should bring the most empathetic one to sorry, let me break it down for you. By the way, you know,
it's true.
We've had a look at this. We found this. Not just like, The results say that you have
Yeah, it's true.
stage 3 cancer.
It's true.
You can't do shit like that.
It's true. It's so true. You know, like, I had quite rough people when I was in labour. You know, like, obviously it's your first time.
Yeah.
And you're so vulnerable. So many people are in your vagina. Like, come on,
I know exactly what you mean.
Shame goes out of the window,
It does,
right?
it does.
And I remember crying at one point. Like, the contractions were so... I was like, I can't do it. Someone was like, don't say that. Yeah, you can. Like, it was just... There was just no...
Compassion.
Like, don't worry. Like, there was just none. It was out of the window. And I was just thinking, you're a midwife.
It's desensitization, I think.
Well, then you need to go back to training. And they need to, like, make sure that there's a level that they just don't go below, because this is not okay.
Also, I know you said it's not like a race thing, but they also do really believe that black women have a higher pain tolerance than white women.
Not me. Why is that?
I don't know. I think...
Crazy.
Why do you think gynecology is even a thing?
Yeah.
It started off by... I don't remember his exact name because I don't keep things in my brain, people that are weird. That man that started gynecology, I learnt this not that long ago. He used to experiment on black women. And that's how they learnt about the reproductive...
Wow.
They used to experiment on black women. So they really do have this notion. It's like an unspoken notion that black women have different pain tolerances. But I hate that we have to end it here because our time has run out.
It did fly by,
It
didn't
really
it?
did. It went by really quickly.
Oh, well,
Thank you so much for coming on, Natasha. Please plug yourself.
So, guys, you can find me on all social media at Filmmaker Tash.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I'll be there.
And then maybe you might see me in a film.
Come on, I'm going to find you a role now.
No, but I really would. I actually took some headshots the other day because
did you?
I was at a wedding and I really said to the photographer, she's my friend, I was like, hey, can you do me some headshots? I might just sign up to like a you know, like a casting agency, but like for like the people in the background.
Oh, like an extra.
Yeah, like an extra. Okay. On set.
No, why not?
Yeah. But just to get some experience, because I actually really want to. Let's talk about that.
I think you can do more than that. Yeah.
Ooh, I think I'd be so good at acting. Oh my God.
Okay.
But no, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
I hope you guys have learnt a lot today about cerebral palsy, about what it's like to raise a child who is disabled. Just seeing like how beautiful this person is who has been given this child, and I just find it's so heartwarming, you know? It's actually so heartwarming, and it makes me really happy. I nearly cried. I actually did shed a couple of tears, but I'm not gonna show you like that.
Okay.
I've cried too much. Yesterday I cried a lot. So.
Oh really? Okay.
My God, when the lady was talking about her loss, I was bawling. It's mad. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I know we're missing Sophia today. I miss you.
Oh, I didn't get to meet her.
Miss you. I know, I'm sad. Maybe next time.
Okay, next time.
Take care, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Bye.